everyone, it's Shauna. Happy holidays. I'm here at my friend Michelle's and she's asked me to cook the turkey. So that's what we are going to do today. So here we have a roasting pan. We could use an aluminum pan as well, but make sure you have a cookie sheet underneath it in order to help support the weight. I've taken a handful of carrots, onion that I've quartered, some celery, some apples. This is going to be for seasoning the stock from the turkey. So here we have the bird. This is a 19-pound bird because I was cooking for 8 people. And I've taken my fingers and put it under the skin. I'm going to take some butter, put it on up in there so the turkey will baste while it is in the oven. So here we are with the holiday music in the background. I've taken some butter, mixed in sage, thyme, rosemary, and put it underneath the skin, between the skin and the breast meat. That'll help keep marinating it all the way through the cooking process. So here what I've done is I've taken the bird, I have taken an onion, large white onion, ran it through my apple slicer, put it inside the cavity, as well as 2 Empire apples. This is going to add flavor to the bird and the broth. So here we have, if you're looking, you're probably wondering what this is. This is apple butter. This will add a very nice sweet, savory combo that'll go onto the skin, into the meat, and it is phenomenal. That's why we have the apples and onions on the inside as well as seasoning. So what I have here on the inside is a sprig of fresh sage, rosemary, and thyme. I put it on in early while I was putting in the apples and onions, and that'll season the entire bird as well. Don't forget salt and pepper. Now is the time. I mentioned that I put bunches of herbs into the turkey cavity. This is rosemary, smells very much like pine, thyme, sage. I literally just put the whole bunch as it is into the bird. Very standard poultry seasoning. Works phenomenal. So as you see right here, you see the popper, the temperature popper, lets you know when that bird is done. Ignore it, but leave it in, because you take that out, all the juices are going to seep out. Don't want to do that. The juices seeping out means a dry bird. No one likes a dry bird. So, the turkey is in the oven. What you didn't see me add was a pint of turkey stock, as well as a pint of apple cider. This is going to help bring out the flavors. Want to make sure it comes up just to the top of the veggies, not submerging the bird. I am also having this in the oven at 500 degrees for 20 minutes. That'll start to get a nice golden brown on the outside, and then I'm going to cover it and reduce it down to 350 for the next several hours. I'm going to use my meat thermometer to make sure I hit 165. So as we can see right here, the turkey is coming along very nicely. We're not at temperature yet. We're only at 130. Got to hit at least 165. White meat should really hit about 165. Dark meat about, don't really want to go much over 170. So I'm basting it here with some of the juices. Temperature is coming along nicely. Want to do this quick and get it back into the oven. So I just took the bird out of the oven. As you can see, it has a beautiful golden color to it. Temperature is perfect, 185. Might be a touch high, but that's okay. Better to have it a little well done as opposed to being undercooked. Don't want to visit from Sal Manila. Never like him when he comes by. You may have seen a couple dishes here in the back. That is carrots in a butter brown sugar sauce, and I have green beans with caramelized onions. This is going to be a feast. Michelle made her mashed potatoes, which are to die for. We're set.
So as you can see, I've made a wonderful turkey gravy to go with this. I took 3 tablespoons of flour with half a stick of butter. Started melting the butter here in the roasting pan, added the flour. Then I added the juices back into it. Remember all those veggies I went and did the turkey on top of? Here they are. I drained them on into a pot so I can simply remove the juice or remove the veggies. Didn't care for them because I've taken everything out of them I could and added them back into the roux. And here we go. Hey everyone, you can tell because I'm wearing different clothing here, it's a different day. People started coming over, talking, laughing, having a good time. Hard to finish shooting the video because I do all of this while I'm actually cooking. None of it is staged. So we're going to talk through a few things. I mentioned using butter underneath the skin and onto the meat itself of the breast. What I did was I took half a stick of room temperature butter, added in a teaspoon of both thyme and rosemary, took a fork and then simply mixed it all together. If you don't have thyme and rosemary by themselves, you can go ahead and use poultry seasoning. I also took a pinch of salt, and literally it was a pinch, as well as a couple grinds of black pepper to mix it in also. I've had a few people comment that they thought the bird looked burnt. It's not burnt. Let me just assure you of that. What happened was that the sugar in the apple butter caramelized in the heat, and that's what left the darker coat. If you're looking to do a crispy skinned bird, this is not the way of how to do that. We'll talk about that another day. This is going to leave a very moist skin, very flavorful one. And all that great caramelization on the outside from the apple butter gets right into the meat. We took some of the apple butter and put it on a side dish for cornbread that Michelle had made. There was some left over. One of the guests wanted to put it back into the jar. Never put food back into a jar. Easy way to get food poisoning. I know I glazed over, appropriate phrase, how to do the brown sugar and butter glaze for the carrots and the sauteed green beans. We're going to save that for another video. It's super simple, it's easy, it's fast, and the taste is great. So I hope you're having a wonderful holiday season. I know I certainly am. I'm looking forward now to Christmas time. Michelle and I are going to be cooking together both Christmas Eve as well as Christmas Day. And until next time, here's cooking with you.